All right, everybody, welcome back to the Fit Elite Strong podcast. We have another special guest, one of my favorites, Juan Ramirez. And as I just looked this up because we were talking about it, Juan is almost a member here for 3 years. In August, this will be his third year. Welcome, Juan.
Thank you, Corey. Am I supposed to say anything else? There were no questions yet.
That's how I want this podcast to start. Awkward. Okay, take us back 3 years ago. What were you doing 3 years ago, and what kind of motivated you to want to reach out? Because we actually started with personal training together.
So 3 years ago, I was doing a lot of things on my own from home. I had a Peloton membership, so I was doing a lot of the classes with the instructors.
That was inspired by COVID.
It was inspired by my wife. She wanted a Peloton treadmill, so we got one. Even though I think she's used it maybe 3 times.
Makes sense.
I got our money's worth out of it. So I was doing those classes on my own, but I didn't really have a good sense of, I knew that I wanted to get stronger.
Mhm.
I wanted to look more fit. I didn't really know how to go about it. So I was just taking some strength classes. I was eating pretty healthy for the most part, but I was not eating enough protein. I didn't know, that in order to gain muscle, I needed to also eat a lot. So I was basically just not making any progress. I got on the scale, it didn't really change.
Do you remember what your weight was before you started?
It was around 160,
What are you right now?
170. And I've done a lot of like losing and gaining. But yeah, basically just I did it for I want to say close to a year
On your own.
and on my own, and I just didn't see any progress.
And then you called me up. Actually, you called FitELITE, and I picked up.
hmm It was destiny.
And we haven't looked back. We've become best of friends.
Exactly. Yeah. That's how I see it too.
Okay, so you talked about kind of learning the ropes of gaining muscle, right? So you talked about knowing how much to eat, and we've talked through this a lot actually, of going through different phases, right? Of eating a lot to gain muscle, and then eating less so that we can strip off the fat. And you've done that multiple times since you've been here, and we've talked about it multiple times. Where are you at currently with where you want to be?
With where I want to be.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to bulk. I'm trying to get up to 180 pounds at least. I'm at 172. And then I think that my goal is to get back down to probably 160, and that'll be the weight that I want to maintain. Um, After that, just continue showing up, continue, you know, getting stronger.
We're gonna have some words. You want to lose 20 pounds? You don't think you're gonna lose any muscle, my friend?
Well, yeah, but I mean, I feel like for the body type that I want, like 160, 165 is probably like the ideal weight.
So you at 170 right now. You don't want to be there?
Um, I would like 170 is fine if I had the muscle definition that I'm looking for.
Well, I think you have it.
You think so?
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, well, I would like more muscle definition.
Okay.
Off the record, I probably would want bigger pecs.
That's not. We're gonna keep that on the record.
Off the record, probably like a more defined six pack.
Yeah, you did that before though.
I did that, but like for me to get that, I had to get down to 150 pounds, and I don't want to be that skinny.
Oh yeah, that was. You're like 150 to 155, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got as low as 150, and like I had the six pack that I wanted basically, but that wasn't a healthy weight for me.
I had to convince you to quit losing weight
Yep.
because you were you're gonna be starting to lose muscle.
So I want a little bit of that definition, but at a more sustainable weight.
Gotcha. So that's why you say 160, because last time it was like 150-ish.
I mean, if I gain enough muscle and I get up to 190, and then I get back down to 170, then that would be great too.
Well, I don't know if you need to get to 190.
I feel like I'm close to like what my goal is. I just don't know exactly what that weight is gonna look like.
Well, this is cool. This is kind of like a behind the scenes.
So it's just a lot of trial and error, just going up and down until I get to like the ideal weight.
Now, let me ask you a question. Has that changed multiple times in your life?
The ideal weight or the ideal body type?
Ideal weight, ideal body type, both.
Yeah, definitely. I used to think that, 150, 140 for a while was like, what I needed to get to. But then when I got down to 150 and like I was tired all the time, and basically I was losing my muscle again. Uh, I realized that 140 was not, possible for me.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I want to go into that. When you were cutting weight, right? Cutting fat is what we were trying to do. You were lifting weights, you were in a calorie deficit. How many calories were you eating?
around 17, 1800 a day.
And how long were you doing that for?
Probably close to 6 months.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I wanted to highlight for people, just so they can get some clarity. Like having a 6 month deficit like that, you start becoming, you're making progress the whole time, right? Because you're losing fat, getting to the body weight that you wanted to, the type of look that you wanted. But what the consequences were, you were starting to feel less energy,
Less
more
energy.
fatigued, probably affected your sleep maybe a little bit. Yep. Um, and you were starting to lose muscle at the very end of it. And that's where I was talking to you through that. Like, okay, you do have abs. One, I've seen it. You do have abs. If you went any lower, you would continue to lose muscle because you don't have much fat left. I think you were at like, what was it, 8 or 10% body fat?
It was like 8% body fat. So I didn't like when we took that test here, I realized like that I had no more weight to lose. I thought I still did.
I mean, you could have, right? You could have got down to 5%. You would have felt worse. You would have felt even more tired, even more fatigue. Um, and your sleep would have been affected even more. Um, you could have got down to 5%. You would have lost some muscle in the progress too. Um, but obviously, as you come back up and bring your calories back up, you'll build that muscle back.
It kind of felt like I was back to square one for a while.
Yeah? Tell me about that.
It, well, because just looking at the numbers, just like my muscle mass was basically back to what it was when I started. And I did have more muscle definition, like my six pack was showing,
Mm-hmm.
whereas before it wasn't at all.
Mm-hmm.
But just in terms of just muscle and like uh how I looked, you know, with a shirt on, like I kind of look the same in
Mm-hmm.
my opinion.
Well, you definitely didn't. I can tell you that for sure. Because you, even though that scan said you were at the same, you weren't. Those things aren't completely accurate. Of what's actually on your body, um, especially when you get down to that really lean spot. Water retention is a little bit different. So this scan essentially works with muscle holds more water than fat, so it's going to go. The electrical signal is going to go through faster. So it kind of tells based off that because it's really just sending an electrical signal through your body, and then the electrodes you're holding onto are receiving that. Um, so it's not like it's the most accurate thing in the world. So when you saw that you were at the same muscle mass, you weren't. I mean, if you looked at pictures, you could totally see that. Yeah, you're not at
That
the
makes
same.
me feel a little
Yeah.
better.
Yeah. And then after we kind of had that epiphany, 8% super lean. Anytime you're at that level, you're going to be able to see all six abs, maybe eight. Um, you decided that after some prodding, time to up my calories again. What did you go to your calories after 17 to 1800?
So somewhere between 2,500 and 3,000 calories is where I am right now.
Did you do that right away?
Pretty much.
Um, I asked that for clarity for other people and a little bit of education. So as you go from a fat loss phase to back to, well, I would say like maintenance or building muscle again, you want to have this little buffer. Like maybe 4 weeks where you're slowly building calories back up. Because if you go straight up to 3,000 calories from 1,700, your body's not adapted to that yet, especially as you've been doing it for 6 months. Your metabolism slowly drops over that amount of time. Like if you did it for 2 or 3 months, it wouldn't drop very much. And we're talking like maybe 100 calorie difference of metabolism that you burn at rest. But a 6 month time frame is quite a bit of a time frame to be losing fat. So you're going to be slowing down your metabolism because your body is screaming at you, hey, we need to not lose any more weight because we're in survival. It's like we're out in the wilderness.
I think part of it was that after getting down to 150 and like not eating enough, I was craving so much food that I couldn't wait to get back to eating a lot of food again. So I kind of went up to 2,500, and then a couple months later went up to 3,000.
Yeah, which is totally fine. It worked out great for you too. Like you didn't get fat. You got some energy reserves back because 8% is really low. Yeah,
Like pretty much, the next week I had so much energy
yeah,
again.
that's a huge difference, isn't it? Going from such low energy to such high energy, it's like, wow, I can think again. My mind's a little bit clearer. I'm not craving food all the time. Yeah, that's one hard thing about doing a long extended fat loss phase is that, especially when you don't have a ton to lose, if you have more weight to lose, you're not going to feel like how you did because they have extra energy reserves that they're pulling from. So they're not as hungry. They're not as craving. I mean, you're still going to crave things when you're losing weight, but it's not going to be as dramatic as what you felt. Yeah, that's a good place for people to kind of get some insight from your own personal journey. So you're helping people here, Juan.
Well, that's what I'm here for.
Um, what do you think you enjoy the most about FitELITE?
So this was very embarrassing, but when I walked in the other day and I had gotten a haircut, I walk in, everybody goes, "Oh!" Like super
You
embarrassing.
look good.
But it's just that community aspect that I really appreciate. Like the fact that people, I know it's kind of a noticeable change, but like I feel like most gyms, like or most buildings you walk in, nobody's gonna really say anything or get, they're not gonna give you that reaction. But that's really cool about the community here. Like, you know, you get to know people, you get to push each other, you get to compare yourself to them in a way, and like it makes you wanna be better than yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. When you're saying compare, you're not saying it in a negative light. You're saying it's a positive light for you.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is really great because there's a lot of people that will actually come here and think of it in a negative light in the beginning, but we slowly kind of work them down into that positivity.
And I remember when I first started, just I guess looking at where I was and then like seeing how much stronger other people were, people older than me. Uh, it was scary at first, but then seeing that gap narrow over the years is just really, it tells me that I've definitely made progress.
You made a ton of progress, man.
Like, oh, I'm getting to the point where like I can almost keep up with Troy.
Dude, you can squat 300 pounds. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
There's not very many people that say they can do that.
Yeah, and like if you just like don't really think about it, it doesn't seem like that drastic of a change. But if you like compare now to 3 years ago, it's huge compared to what I could lift.
Yeah.
From what I remember.
So before you did like that year by yourself, have you ever like lifted weights at all in your life?
I took one class in high school. That was about it.
So yeah, you really had like zero experience at it.
Yeah, and like I was never really very active, other than like playing some sports in high school. Like after high school, I didn't really do anything. Just played video games.
Well, now you go out and play soccer.
Yeah, that's true. I did get back into it for a while. I've been taking a break because I didn't want to risk an injury playing soccer. Um, and then that could set me back with what I'm doing here.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, this is pretty much what I'm focused on. Especially now that I'm coming here 6 days a week. Well, five. Five. Five, you're right. Five.
I keep track of you, don't worry.
Thank you. Yeah. hmm Well, I do yoga.
It's true. You are moving 6 days a week.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Mhm.
Tell me about your very first time in class. Not with me, not our one-on-ones. Your very first time in class. Can you remember how you felt?
I thought I was gonna die. Again, just looking at, especially during the conditioning portion at the end.
Mhm.
Um,
That's your favorite part.
yeah, it's still the part I struggle the most with. Just having the stamina and the cardio to just get through the workout. But just looking at, people much older than me, even much skinnier than me, just or even much bigger than myself, just do the workout and they look like they're fine. Um, it was definitely intimidating. Uh, but I mean, everybody was so welcoming. Everybody, just the fist bump at the end of the class, the people cheering you on. Like I remember one of the competitions we do here from time to time. Like when I was doing the workout, people were cheering my name. People that I didn't even know, they just knew my name and they were cheering for me. That was really cool.
Mhm. Yeah. I remember the first time you ever did a conditioning piece here and you like didn't make it through it. Like I probably told you to stop a little earlier
Hmm.
than what everybody else did. Because for you, you're a unique individual where you take a lot of this fatigue that we build in the strength portion and it carries through the whole workout for you. So it's a little bit tougher for you because it's just so draining on your whole system. And there's other people like that. You're not the only one. But you just take it a little bit more of that stress and it kind of just solidifies in you as the class goes on.
Hmm.
And so the conditioning being at the end is super difficult for you because you have so much fatigue already built up in your body that that added bit is just so much harder for you to finish. So seeing where you began to where you are now, where it's not easy for you, but you're because you're pushing yourself, but you are finishing these, and you're right in the very top portion of people that are finishing as well.
Yeah, it's like it's never gotten easier.
It
It's
doesn't feel
always
like it has, but it has because you're able to
yeah.
do more.
I can definitely do more. I can finish now most of the time. Uh, but the feeling of feeling like I'm gonna die sometimes, like that doesn't go away.
You're completely drained, but that's not uncommon. There's a lot of people, especially when they're starting out, that are exactly like that. They may not look the same as you because you got a little bit of a shake, but and you have I could just see it on your face when you're drained. You're just like, I want to be done.
Hmm.
But everybody else is also feeling that tired and that fatigue. You just show it a little bit differently. I'm not picking on you either. Um, but it's been amazing to watch your progress and how much more you can do from 3 years ago, essentially. I mean, it's fun to watch you grow. What are other things you've noticed with yourself, with you getting fitter, with you getting stronger, with you getting bigger, um, that are outside of the gym, like not inside the benefits you see in you? What are the benefits that you see outside of the gym?
I definitely have a lot more energy just to do just about anything. I'm more active. Like I have the energy to go to the park with my dog every weekend, to do more chores, do more things around the house, cleaning, cooking. Um, Also, I used to be before I really started working out, uh, I was getting really bad back pain in the morning sometimes, or just aches all over. I haven't had that happen in 3 years.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, like, so, I'm sore all the time, but it's, like, I know why I'm sore. Right. It wasn't just something like I woke up and just hurt my back.
Right.
Right.
It's not random aches and pains,
Right.
joint pain and stuff, which is awesome. I hear that a lot from a lot of people.
It also the fact that I'm doing all this motivates me to eat healthy and do all the right things. Because why am I doing all? Why am I working out so hard just to go out and not eat healthy or do stupid things?
Hmm. Yeah, I love it, man. You've taken it as your whole personality, your whole lifestyle.
I would say so.
which is great.
Hmm.
It's really good.
And I know it's not that easy for everybody. Some people they like to drink, they like to, you know, but also like there are times when I know that I work out hard. So if I want to eat something unhealthy, if I want to have a pizza, I don't feel guilty about it because,
It's not actually going to become a
right.
detriment to your body.
Hmm. And I know that it's something that I'm not gonna just do it all the
Right.
time.
You treat it as a treat, a every so often thing, not a everyday thing.
Mm.
Because it's easy, because it's convenient. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Um, what do you think? Let me rephrase that. What is your advice to somebody that maybe tried some things on their own, didn't really work, didn't get the progress they wanted to? Um, what is your advice to somebody like that? What would you tell them now that you know all this stuff that I've taught you, we have all
Um,
taught you?
I think a lot of people they have it in them. They just need direction. In my case, that's what I needed. I needed somebody to push me to tell me what to do. So that was the biggest thing for me. So I think just education and guidance are some of the most important things you can do.
Yeah, definitely. And just following anybody for guidance, or
Well, somebody that has the expertise, and also being around other people that are, they have maybe not the same goal as you, but are also motivated. Just being in that environment really helps to for me to push myself.
Mhm, for sure. Yeah, I mean, me as well. I get motivated by people like you to be healthier, to stay on top of things. I don't want you ever to catch me in strength, so I got to make sure I stay up on that. Um, I do think people who surround themselves with people that have similar goals or are health conscious um, definitely get the benefits from that because who you're around matters a lot because if it kind of infects your mind, right? And if you're kind of solo all the time, you don't have somebody to kind of support you or help you along the way when you're struggling, it's really hard.
Yeah, and it gets boring, honestly. I'm never bored when I'm here.
Well, that's good to know.
Mhm.
Is that because I make you so tired that you're not bored?
Probably there's really no time to be bored. But yeah, just when I was home, just doing things on my own, I lacked the motivation to push myself. Uh, I didn't really time myself the way I should have, or I just, if I was tired, I was like, okay, I'm done.
Right.
Here, that's not really an option unless I want to get called out.
I'll just poke you a little bit. Hey, well, let's get going.
Hmm.
Um, oh, you said something there. Were you ever worried about like your form on your own, like how you're doing?
For sure, yeah. I had no idea, about my form, and it's gotten much better thanks to you guys. Like my lower back, I feel like was one of my weakest points. And when I started deadlifting or, just in doing a lot of things here, my back was always like in pain. And I couldn't finish a lot of the workouts because my lower back was just, kind of holding me back, even if I had the strength for, other things. Even running, just it was hard after a lot of lifting before that. So definitely learning the form and just getting more practice doing it has helped a tremendous amount.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, your lower back still gets tired at times, but it's not a detriment to you.
No, and it used to be something where like I was in pain for days. Like now it gets sore, it hurts during the workout, but the next day I'm fine.
Right. And we should clarify when you say it hurts, it's not like it's screaming pain or anything like that.
No, it's just tired.
Yeah.
Like I need to lay down tired.
Gotcha. Yeah, I just want to make sure everybody's like, oh, why is his back always hurting when he's working out? That's not actually the case. Um, yeah, so basically, if we sum it all up for you, Juan, you've grown in your capacity to work out, to get stronger, to do work, essentially, which is kind of what we're here to do, is to do work. I don't know, nobody really wants to think of it that way, but the better your capacity to do work, the better you feel. And you're a prime example of that.
I would say so. Yeah, I feel great.
Okay, I want you to wrap up your whole experience at FitELITE for the past 3 years in however many sentences you want. I'm not going to limit you on that, but wrap it up for us.
Um, Scary at first. A lot of feeling like these people are so far ahead of me that I'm never gonna catch up. I'm in my 30s now. A lot of these people are younger than me. They've been doing it for so many years. So definitely that was scary, but it never really stopped me from just continuing to, try to get stronger. And and then just, you continue showing up, you continue, ideally eating healthy, doing everything you're supposed to, and you start to see that you're catching up to other people. Um, People that you initially looked up to and still do, but you can partner with them, you can keep up with them, and that's very encouraging. Um, and just, getting to know people, showing up for like the different events, the different classes. It's just, it's a really cool community for me. Because I don't really know that many people here. I'm originally from Florida. So it's been kind of like a second family for me here. Yeah, very cool.
Love it, Juan. Well, we appreciate you being here. We appreciate your attitude every single day. You bring a smile every single class. You make me laugh every single class. So I appreciate you being here and spreading your kind of joy through us.
Well, I appreciate you having me, Corey, even though I had to ask.
Eventually, I would have got to you.
All right, eventually, yeah, it's nice to be picked first or
I'm totally
second
fine
or
if people
third.
ask if they
What
want
am
me.
I fourth? Am I fifth?
Let's see. We got Gene, we got Ann, we got Jamie, Jenna. So you're fifth.
Okay, all right.
Hey,
Not
top
last.
five. Top five's
Top five, that's pretty good,
like,
yeah.
yeah, 70, 80 people here. So,
But no, I do appreciate being here and you taking the time.
of course. Well, thanks everybody for joining the FitELITE Strong podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, share it so we can embarrass Juan a little bit. He loves all the attention. So make sure you share it with somebody. Follow for more. There's going to be plenty more podcasts where we're talking to people like Juan and sharing their experiences and what they've gained through getting better and healthier and stronger and fitter. So we'll see you next time.